Gertrude Bell was a woman ahead of her time, an accomplished adventurer, archaeologist, and diplomat who made significant contributions to the development of Middle Eastern politics and the understanding of its people and cultures. Born in 1868 in County Durham, England, Bell grew up in a wealthy family that encouraged her intellectual pursuits. Her father, Hugh Bell, was a wealthy industrialist, and her mother, Mary Shield Bell, was a writer and philanthropist. Bell received an exceptional education for a woman of her time. She attended Oxford University, where she studied history and modern languages, and was one of the first women to graduate with a first-class degree. She then traveled extensively throughout Europe and the Middle East, studying languages and cultures and developing a keen interest in archaeology. Bell's first foray into the Middle East came in 1899 when she traveled to Persia to visit her uncle, who was the British ambassador there. She fell in love with the region and spent the next few years exploring its archaeology, history and culture. She also learned Farsi, Arabic and Turkish and became a respected authority on the region. In 1905, Bell was appointed as a British representative in the Persian Gulf region, and in 1914 she was recruited by the British government to work for the Arab Bureau, a division of the British intelligence service that focused on Middle Eastern affairs. During World War I, Bell became a key figure in British policy towards the region, working closely with T. E. Lawrence, better known as Lawrence of Arabia, to support Arab nationalist movements and undermine Ottoman rule. After the war, Bell was instrumental in the creation of the modern state of Iraq, serving as an advisor to the British government and playing a key role in the selection of Faisal I as King of Iraq. She also served as the first director of antiquities in Iraq, working to protect and preserve the country's cultural heritage. Despite her significant accomplishments, Bell was not without controversy. Some criticized her role in British imperialism and accused her of being an imperialist tool. Others questioned her approach to archaeology, which they saw as exploitative and colonialist. There were also questions raised about her romantic relationships, including rumors of affairs with married men and speculation about her sexual orientation. In addition to her work in politics and archaeology, Gertrude Bell was also a prolific writer and photographer. She wrote extensively about her travels and adventures in the Middle East, and her books, including Persian Pictures and The Desert and the Sown, are still considered important works on the region's culture and history. Bell's passion for archaeology was also a significant part of her legacy. She was a founding member of the British School of Archaeology in Iraq and played a crucial role in the excavation and preservation of numerous archaeological sites throughout the region. Her work as the first director of antiquities in Iraq helped establish a framework for the preservation of the country's cultural heritage that is still in use today. Despite her many accomplishments, Bell's life was not without tragedy. She suffered from depression throughout her life, and her close friend and colleague, T. E. Lawrence, died in a motorcycle accident in 1935. Bell's death by suicide in 1926 was a shock to her friends and colleagues, who remembered her as a brilliant and determined woman who had made a lasting impact on the Middle East and the world. In recent years, there has been renewed interest in Gertrude Bell's life and work, with several biographies and documentaries exploring her legacy. While her controversial role in British imperialism and her approach to archaeology have been the subject of criticism, her contributions to the understanding and preservation of Middle Eastern culture and history remain significant. Bell was a remarkable woman who defied the conventions of her time and paved the way for future generations of women in politics, diplomacy, and archaeology. One aspect of Gertrude Bell's life that is often overlooked is her passion for mountaineering. Bell was an accomplished mountaineer and made several first ascents in the Alps and the Caucasus Mountains. She was the first woman to climb the Engelhorn in Switzerland, a peak that had previously been considered unclimbable. Bell's mountaineering experiences not only gave her a sense of adventure and excitement but also helped her develop the physical and mental strength that she would later need in her travels and political work in the Middle East. Her mountaineering pursuits also reflected her independent spirit and her determination to defy the gender norms of her time. Another aspect of Bell's life that has been subject to controversy in recent years is her involvement in the creation of modern Iraq. Some critics argue that the British Mandate and the formation of a unified Iraqi state were colonialist projects that ignored the ethnic and religious divisions within the region. Bell's role in this process has been criticized as being part of a larger effort by the British government to impose its own interests on the region. Despite the controversies surrounding her role in the Middle East, Gertrude Bell's life and work continued to inspire people around the world. Her accomplishments as a diplomat, archaeologist, mountaineer, and writer have left an indelible mark on the world, and her determination and courage continue to be a source of inspiration for generations to come. Bell died in 1926, at the age of 57. Her legacy, however, lives on. She was a trailblazer for women in the fields of archaeology and diplomacy, and her contributions to Middle Eastern politics and culture were significant. While her legacy is complex and controversial, there is no doubt that she was a remarkable woman who played a key role in shaping the modern Middle East.